What's up guys, my name is JDCook5 and welcome back to another episode of the Napoli Career Mode. This is the second episode of the series and we have got a load of games to get underway, and this is a huge one. Obviously they are named differently on FIFA with Bergamo, Calcio if I'm correct in saying. This is actually at Atlanta. Obviously they don't have the licensing, hopefully that will be as of next game they will. But this is a huge game nevertheless, and in goal we have Murray as our back four of Bar, Ikatura, Hanko and Adnuri. Emre Can makes the first start of the series with Van der Beek and Manverk just in front, with Sotil, Kretzaverla and Martin as the final for 11. Really strong side, a bit of a different one also, had to alternate due to fitness, but we shall see what happens. It literally gets a really good start straight away with Bar collecting a nice switch of the play with Manverk on the ball. You see Sotil makes a decent run in, as you can see he's beating his man completely, Emre Can, and it rolls into the back of the net to make it 1-0 just inside the 3rd minute. Bit of a P-roller, but nevertheless it is a goal, and that is what we are in. That's what we care about more than anything. It doesn't matter how it goes in, it's just if it does. The connection wasn't too bad more than anything. I feel like it was the actual deflection that kind of took it away from the goalkeeper and allowed it to go into the back of the net. But nevertheless a really good start, and hopefully that is a good start for this game in terms of hopefully we kind of build on that. 8 minutes gone and they've got a free kick here as they try and weigh up their options. They could have got another one as we completely wipe one of their players out. Joe Willock though gets on the ball, and a really good goal just inside the 10th minute. That is now 2 goals, one from either side, so a really good start from either side, and this is definitely going to be an action-packed game. 13 minutes gone, and they're on the ball once again, and they're really causing to be a menace up front. They seem to get a decent inroad pass, and unfortunately for them it does get intercepted, and it is now our chance to get on the attack. Kretzaverla gets on the ball, as you can see he makes a nice 1-2 with Martin. Martin has got a decent bit of pace on him, and he does whip it into the box. Sotil should absolutely bury that to make it 2-1 in this tie, but unfortunately it's not to be, and he does put it wide. He just doesn't seem to get the connection of it. I don't know if it comes too fast for him, but unfortunately for him he puts it wide and out. 17 minutes gone, and we are trying to see if we can collect the ball from the goal kick as Sotil tries to make up for what happened in that previous shot. Luckily for us we get a free kick in a dangerous area, and we haven't scored a free kick as of yet, trying to see if we can do it, and Kretzaverla is going to try and see if he can put it in the back of the net. Sorry if I am saying his name wrong, it is a very hard one to say. We might have to make up a nickname for him to make it a little bit easier. He steps up to take the free kick, and what a free kick that is, as the goalkeeper could not get enough on it, and he parries it into his own net, but it will count as his goal, and that is a brilliant free kick. Nevertheless, we have not converted one this series, so it is really nice to see it go into the back of the net. It wasn't the most in terms of top corner or the best free kick that you've ever seen, but it has gone in the back of the net, and we find ourselves going in front in this game once again. Really good kind of point in this game where we can now push forward and hopefully move on from that draw. 21st minute now, and Van der Beek is on the ball as he finds Kretzaverla, as he finds to see Martin. Martin is onside, bearing in mind. It doesn't look it, but he is. Sotil is there. Is he going to score? Of course he is. He's not missing this one this time, and he makes up for that previous one earlier on in the first half. Really good stuff. The ball to Martin was perfection. I actually thought he was offside and I was going to give up, but it wasn't, and Martin finds Sotil, and Sotil finds the back of the net. Really simple goal. We can't miss it, but the actual build up to itself was really important. I felt like it was really effective at the same time. 37 minutes gone, and we're trying to play out from the back here. As you can see, Bar, the right back, is on the ball. He twists the attacker as he finds Sotil, and Sotil's got options, one of them being Manverk. Manverk finds Martin, who finds Kretzaverla. He shoots, and that skimmed the post. So unlucky for the Georgian wonder kid to not hit the back of the net with that one. He connects with it really well, and I feel like if it didn't hit the ground, and actually it might have been a better finish, but it's not to be, and it's one of those. Second half now, and they get a corner out of Atlanta as we try and clear it. So we make an amazing clearance, and it nearly falls to Martin. We were able to pick the ball up once again, though, and Martin is found. This time he is one-on-one with the keeper. He's got a chance here, and he takes it in his stride, and he puts it in the back of the net to make it 4-1 in this tie. We're literally scoring goals for fun. It is unbelievable. The way that we kind of possess ourselves in front of goal, and the way that we are able to move forward with such kind of pace, precision, and we are so precise with what we do that I feel like we are literally being a world class team, and it's really, really nice to see. Martin on the score sheet there, and he's created one and he's scored one. Cannot do any better than that, let's say. Adeyemi has now come on for Atalanta, and they've got some decent players in all honesty, but they're not seeming to execute everything that they're doing. Atanuri collects a decent interception there as he passes it onto the wing, Karatsavella. Martin then chips it onto Sotil, and Sotil finds the back of the net, and that is the most easiest goal he could ever score. Obviously he had one where he had an open net, but once again all he's got to do is put it on target and it's in the back of the net. The kind of chain and link up with the play where it fell to Martin, and he just chips it over the defender to find Sotil, and Sotil just puts it into the back of the net with absolute ease. It was a really, really good goal. He gets to it first and he finds the back of the net. We are literally just every attack we look like we seem to score, and it just seems so refreshing. As now we make some substitutions, Pinto's going to come onto the field now as he replaces Van der Beek. West is going to come on for Karatsavella. All this does is freshen up my options going forward, and it kind of gives me a bit more pace. As they come on now, 64th minute, and Pinto is trying to run into the box there. He kind of gets flattened more than anything, and I feel like I've actually had penalties penalised against me for that exact kind of foul. So I was a bit unlucky not to come away with a penalty in that one, but they do go straight on the attack, and as you can see, they've got men forward. We're trying to intercept the ball, but it's not to be, and unfortunately Murray concedes from that, and it's just one of those where we couldn't really do much about that, in all honesty. Marcus Cunha gets onto the score sheet, and it was a good goal. It was just one of those where we couldn't seem to intercept at the right time and get the ball away. 71st minute now, and as you can see, Marcus West is on the ball. He makes a 1-2 with Martin, and he goes right into the defence, and he's got that gap. He's run into it. He's got the pace. All he's got to do is score, but he completely fluffs his lines. It was really, really awkward to see, in all honesty, but I reckon he'll get on the score sheet ever so soon if he can play like that. 78 minutes gone, and we've only got 12 minutes left in this game, but we're trying to push for a 6th as Jonathan David tries to move forward. He does get intercepted with Diop trying to get onto the ball there. They're trying to see if they've got a decent place to be able to pass it, but there is a bit chock-a-block in the midfield. They do find Sudic as they're able to kind of try and pass it into the box. Intercepted, then gained once again. I cannot seem to get rid of it whatsoever. We do actually end up intercept with Hanko being able to clear his lines, but only as far as Pinto. Pinto heads it into the opposition. Willock with the shot, and Willock with his second of the game, making it 5-3, making the contest a little bit closer this time round, and it was a really, really intriguing one and a decent end to that game. The second game of the episode was against Bayer Leverkusen as we open up our Champions League campaign. This is a huge game, but our group isn't too bad, in all honesty. We've got Bayer Leverkusen, we've got Sporting Lisbon, and we have the Scottish opponents of Celtic. Really, really good group for us, in all honesty. I feel like we can breathe through that, and no real tough kind of opposition, but one being Bayer Leverkusen, this is definitely one that we are familiar with in the Bundesliga, and we know we're going to have a decent game. Here is our lineup then, with Murray in goal, Cucurella and Bar as your wing backs, and just in the middle, we have Hanko and Diallo. We also have Chan coming back in the midfield with Locatelli, Urigati, Sotil and Karatsavella as your midfield kind of four, with Jonathan David on his own up top. He seems kind of isolated in that kind of position, but I feel like he still does a good job. 17 minutes gone, and we're trying to pass out to the back, and it nearly goes really wrong as Hanko loses the ball. He tries to intercept, and he does well, and he finds Locatelli, and now we are going to go on the attack. Jonathan David makes a blazing run, but not many men are forward as of yet as we try and make the play kind of work. Cucurella finds David, who makes a run. He can shoot, he can do what he wants. He's going to shoot, and what a goal that is as he finesses it into the top corner to make it 1-0 just inside the 20th minute. A run of the play where we nearly kind of actually concede at one point, but we go up the other end of the pitch and we score. Brilliant stuff from Jonathan David, executed absolutely perfect, and a world-class goal at that. Really unexpected to see, in all honesty, but it was a really nice one at that. The keeper was a little bit out from his line, and he gets caught out massively. 22 minutes gone, and Bravo is on the ball now as he tries to make a difference in this game for Leverkusen. He finds Casemiro, the veteran, as he finds Diaby. Diaby finds Hoslik, and Hoslik nearly puts it into the back of the net there, as you can see. Hits the top of the corner crossbar, and that is a very, very lucky one to be able to collect from Murray. Murray throws it straight out to Baru, and he's trying to get the interceptions and the kind of attack going now, as Sotil is on the ball, and he's got options there, one of them being Jonathan David, but he's going to shoot, and what a goal that would have been, but it hits the bar and it's not to be as it bounces out to the Leverkusen defence. 42 minutes gone and we're trying to see if we can do anything in this game, but it's been really tough, only the one goal being in this game so far. Nunes on the ball as he drives forward and he finds Hozlek as he hits the ball. It gets blocked, bravo now, and Murray makes a hand to that to put it out for a corner kick. Really good stuff from Murray, and it was a really good kind of bit of play from Leverkusen though at the same time. The corner isn't much for them, unfortunately for them, and it does go out for a goal kick. Second half now, and we're trying to see if we can defend this attack as Bravo's on the ball. They're really fast at going forward and they have a lot of men at the same time when they do go forward, so it is a really intriguing watch. As you can see, they're trying to do anything at this point to try and get back into the game. Hozek gets the ball stopped by Murray and they pick the ball up once again. They've got another chance. Elmas whips it in, but Nunes can't get to it. Diallo clears only as far as a Leverkusen player, Elmas. Moreno on the ball now as they try and do anything and try and get the shot off, but luckily for ourselves, Murray seems to be a really tall keeper and gets to absolutely everything. We clear the corner with absolute ease and we pick up from Uriarte. He gets intercepted originally with Garviol on the ball now as he finds Malorero. He gets the ball intercepted once again and it feels like it's going back and forth. It's like a game of chess now as we try and get on the ball, but we can't seem to pass it out any better as we try and just intercept it as best as we can and then move from there. As you see, we kind of collect it from the back and as soon as we try and pass out, we lose it straight away. David Hanko now on the interception. We do actually get to it, trying to not have it for a corner, but we nearly concede at the same time, and that is a brilliant save from Moret, and it is definitely a man of the match performance from him so far. Substitutions being made. Adama Traore comes on, Gaetano comes on also, just trying to make up difference in terms of what we need to be. Actually, no, Pinto comes on in the end, sorry, my bad. Pinto comes on for Uriarte, and then we do kind of keep it from there. I was thinking about Gaetano, but not as of yet. He will come onto the pitch. With that being said, a corner kick is away. Casemiro is going to be the one to whip it in with Garviol there. Not able to be found as we pick up the ball from Jonathan David, but he only gets a slight touch and they are back on it once again. We actually block the shot back to him. We intercept it again. Now we got a clear with Pinto trying to pick up the ball from a loose pass from Diallo. Once again, we're just not clearing our lines and we really look vulnerable in this point in the time of game. Murray gets a hand to that. It looked like it went over, but he actually gets a hand to that. A brilliant save and another corner for Bayern Leverkusen. They've got to take their chances because they are getting so many corners. Elmas completely does Traore there as they try and push it into the box and get an easier goal, but Murray once again saves. This has been unbelievable from the goalkeeper. So glad I chose him over Kepa because he definitely seems to be the stronger option. Eventually, we are able to actually clear from this corner as Diaby is a kind of loose ball intercepted. Traore's got the pace, and now we can try and see if we can move forward as he completely does the defender Garviol, and he is now forward with Jonathan David in space. He knows he can cross it there. He's got the space. He whips it in, and what a goal that is from Jonathan David. Bicycle kick into the back of the net with 20 minutes left to play against the run of play also. So only 20 minutes left in game, and we are now 2-0 up. Jonathan David takes his chance absolutely exquisitely. It's just unbelievable in all honesty. The way he just takes it there and it just doesn't seem to faze him whatsoever, and he puts it into the back of the net like he's been doing it week in, week out. But yeah, it was one of those where Bayer Leverkusen definitely deserves something out of this game, but we seem to kind of take our chances and go from there. At the end of the day, if you don't take your chances, then you're definitely going to get punished in these sort of competitions. 10 minutes left to play and Diaby's now on the ball as they can try and see if they can get one back and make it an interesting ending. Nunes van Hozdek, and they are in here, and Mere once again gets a save. I mean, this is unbelievable stuff from the goalkeeper. Really unexpected to have some sort of performance like he's been having, but nevertheless, we will take it. They get a corner here as Traore once again messes up with trying to kind of intercept it from the corner, and they do eventually get one back into the back of the net. Luckily for us, though, it's not going to affect us too much because the game does finish in the end 2-1. A simulation game in this Serie A, Saltarina, I think I'm saying that right, or Saltutana, I'm not too sure. We get a 3-0 win against that opponent, so that is 3 points on the board once again in the Serie A as we weigh up our next opponents being Fiorentina. Probably one of the bigger matches that we have played this episode so far. Very much looking forward to it and see what we can do in this tie. Hopefully it will be a good one for you guys to feast your our eyes on. Nevertheless, we're going to be kind of changing it up in terms of the opponents, in terms of the people that we're actually going to be playing against our opponents, just because of the run of games now. We've got a kind of stiff schedule and we need to have it where we're rotating for fitness and everything else. It is really important to do so. In goal, Murray, what a performance last game with Bar, Diallo, Ikatura and Cucurella as your back four. Emre Can just in front, and just in front of him Locatelli and Urigate, with Karatsavella with Mest as making his first start, with Jonathan David just forward. Really, really good kind of opponents that we're going to be coming against, so we really need to face a decent lineup. 14 minutes gone on Florentina on the ball with Damgaard, the Danish man, on the ball as he finds Julian Brandt, the former Borussia Dortmund man, finds Amrabat and he takes the shot, but it is collected nice and calmly from Murray. He hits it out really nicely, and we're now going to go on the attack as we haven't got many options forward, but we're going to go against the runner play, and we're pretty much through there. He's one-on-one with the keeper, the Georgian wonder kid, and he finds the back of the net to make it 1-0 just inside the 17th minute. Really, really good goal. It was where they had the shot. We threw it out straight away. We were quicker than them. We caught them off guard, and we really, really made it count at the same time. Really, really good goal. Simple and effective, but that doesn't matter because all that matters is that we got the first goal of the game, and we have definitely made the better start. 27 minutes gone and Florentina are trying to get back into the game with Damsgaard and Brandt making a decent flurry of passes together. He finds Chamello as Chamello's got options, but he's going to take it forward as he's kind of trying to see if he can pass it. Damsgaard is through, he whips it in, and luckily for them they find the back of the net with Gonzalez hitting it into the back of the net. The Argentine does it really well where he just completely thumps it and the keeper has no chance. 40 minutes played and we're near to the end of the first half as they get a corner. They take it short but they whip it in. They can't do anything. It finds Fred on the outside of the box. He takes his time as he has people in front of him. They can't really do much with that one as they had too many players in front and it was a little bit chock-a-block. 43 minutes just after that corner, we're going to go on the attack as Jonathan David is found by a lovely, lovely pass. He's through on goal, outside the foot, into the back of the net. Typical Jonathan David style. Really, really effective striker, and I'm seeming to be really kind of at home in terms of the team that I'm using now. I feel like it's really clicking together and this is definitely a decent team that we are using. 46 minutes gone now and we are into the start of the second half as Florentina are trying to get back into the game. Julian Brandt finds Chamello as Chamello's got options, one of them being Ram. Ram cuts it into the box initially, but he kind of runs in, but he does get taken out at the same time. Barr does kind of pull him out onto the penalty area, and unfortunately for us that is another penalty kick conceded. I look at it in some aspects and go, yeah, it was a kind of a wrong-footed one, and in the other kind of aspects it was really soft, but the referee has given it a penalty and we need to try and see if we can save it this time round. I'm not too sure he's going to take it. I'm pretty sure it's Gonzalez as he takes it up. He looks to his right but he hits it to his left. He pretty much dinks it and Panenka into the back of the net to make it 2-2 in this tie, and this has definitely been a very, very hard opposition to come up against. They're definitely giving us a game as we go and start the restart much better here as Karatsavella is on the ball now as he's got options, one of them being Jonathan David, but he's going to run in. Jonathan David's run off to one side. He's got the space. He's just going to do it on his own, and that is what you call absolutely world class. You don't get that very often, that is to say. He did have options there, but he wasn't fussed about that whatsoever because he kind of believed in his own ability and he completely ran through the Florentina defence. You don't see that often at all. Really, really good stuff from the Georgian, and it was just so kind of refreshing to see the way that we've got such a world-class player. It kind of puts us in a really, really good place. 87 minutes gone now, and we're trying to see the game out as Florentina look really dangerous at the latter parts of this game. Damsgaard's on the ball, and he's got a few in there as he turns one defender. Fred's on the ball now as he completely turns the defender inside out. He finds Damsgaard. Damsgaard can't get pushed off the ball anymore with Barr actually intercepting in the end. We picked up the ball with literally minutes to spare as we're trying to see out this game and push it up the field and hopefully put it into the corner if more than anything. Cucurella loses the ball in a real dangerous position and Gonzalez is going to take all his opportunity. Camello on the ball, he whips it in. Fred, and oh, it just had to be, didn't it? It had to be Fred that puts it into the back of the net to make it 3-3 in this tie and see this one out. Really, really unlucky because I felt like we had a slight better of Florentina, but it's not to be, and we fortunately have to share the points. We get a simulation game against Hellas Verona, and at least we get the 2-1 win, but that game against Florentina was definitely a big sucker punch because I thought like we could really take all three from that. Looking at the table now, we have played 6, we've won 5, and we've drawn 1. We are 1 point ahead of Empoli, and a surprising opponent in all honesty that is up there as she makes the top 5 of Sassuolo, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Empoli and myself, Napoli. So we've played 6, won 5 and drawn 1. On the 16 points, we've made an excellent start to this Serie A campaign and it can only get better. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one. And don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.